Hello and welcome. Today is Friday. It is the second day of December 2016. My name is Derek and this is the Silver Charts channel. However, the chart for this video, Bitcoin in US fiat currency. Other currencies, Bitcoin would probably look a lot better based on how the pairings of the US dollar with every other currency looks at the moment. This chart is the 8-day chart spanning the last 150 periods or the last 1200 days, and there's 365 days a year as Bitcoin trades pretty much every single day of the year. It doesn't care if it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. However, we're looking at a move that shot right up at the start of this chart, going from 100 to 1,000 relatively fast, extremely fast. And then you have your correctionary phase, and it has been, of course, rallying now very, very close to its previous high, and as mentioned, other currencies at or even in some cases above its previous high. Now, the difference within this rally and this one, the rate of ascent a lot greater beforehand. However, when we look at this on the technical level within Fibonacci retracement, I'm looking at this high and this low. I've already eliminated the 38.2% somewhere in there. So on the first time up to the 61.8% mark, very little resistance. And a move very quickly up to the 76.4% mark where there was major resistance for it came back down to this point, back down to where the previous Fibonacci point was. And although not hitting it in this area in here, very close, a pierce below Fibonacci. And then this move in the summer of this year went below it, but then back to within this band, and of course this low increase has gotten it past this band, past this key resistance point. Quite frankly, it's looking very good for upside on the near term. Now what I want to do is move this on, just taking a look at only this period in here for the most part. So I'm going to do this on a 2-day chart. So that will span 300 periods, and that will go to January of this year, because again, this thing moves on Saturday, Sunday, on holidays. It really doesn't matter. So this is the 2-day chart, and again, we can see just in here that it's breaking this line or the previous resistance point from June. And the pierce below in here, back to the band, barely hitting it, but resisting the previous high, back to the band. It wasn't much of a move, but that's the way, of course, the markets have been moving throughout the entire duration of August, September, October, and then, of course, November, and we're now into December. But we are seeing how it's now making new highs, and it looks as if it's going to make a significant leg higher, as I stated, of course, on this previous chart, that I would say within this high, maybe before its next resistance point, it might not quite get to that 1,000 point first, but maybe it can make a move up to here and then have a retracement at that point. And maybe it's just going to keep doing what it's doing and just slowly grind its way up. If it took, like, say, 6 or 7 periods to go like that, maybe it's going to take another 7 or 8 more to do it, and then 8 times 8 is 64. It could take 2 months. Continuing its trend that it's doing. It's been doing it for a while. It probably won't, and I mean trend is in always going up and barely going up. And that's such a specific trend, that's probably why it won't continue it. But the odds of it going up and in this near term is pretty good. Now, as far as caution indicators are concerned, I think the very big key is going to be this 18 average in here. This is going to be where the big tests do come from. You get the scare points in here. I think this day was got to do with some sort of hacking, that brought this lower. And based on what it is, not a surprise to hear those types of events, and they could happen again. But I've heard things like that Mt. Gox and all these other things related to Bitcoin on a hacking level are going through such, yet every single time it hits its collapse on something like that, it rebounds each time. So you hear news about some sort of hacking, yada, 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 big move down. Historically, it's handled it every single time in the past. So thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.